Hello and welcome to this fourth class in the Manifestations Miracles course. We have arrived at the heart chakra, the midway point in the chakra system, the bridge between the lower and the upper chakras. The heart chakra is, of course, all to do with our right to love and be loved and connecting with relationships. Our relationship with ourselves is just as important as our relationship with others. And when it comes to creating the life that we desire or building our dreams, this is the point where we need to connect with, where we build our tribe to help us achieve our goals. Now, the heart chakra, anahata, doesn't just sit over the heart. It is the entire chest region, front and back, and expands all the way down the fingertips. So in this practice, it's a short but powerful practice. We're going to do a lot of chest opening, and I really invite you to lift through the chest and expand the heart to the heavens as much as possible. Now, the element of the heart chakra is air. So really within this practice, try and embody breath. Try and get as much breath in each movement as you can. And we're working to bring this chakra online and back into balance. Now we're going to start in a standing position, and unsurprisingly, I'm going to encourage you to place one hand on the heart and the other hand on top of it. If it feels comfortable to you, close down your eyes, feel the solidity of the earth beneath your feet, and really start to connect with the sound of your breath. As you inhale, feel the heart expand and lift beneath the hands, and listen to the sound of the air and the breath as it travels through your body. You may wish to think for a moment, without any judgment, just gentle observation, about what your relationship with yourself has been like of late. Have you been your own cheerleader? Have you been your own critic? Are there any adjustments that you feel that you need to make with your relationship with yourself to help you propel your manifestation miracle forward? Are there any relationships that you need to consider within your own life? Any ones that you need to cultivate to make your dream a reality? Or are there any existing relationships that you perhaps need to adjust, change, or perhaps even let go if you feel that they may be standing in the way of the life that you wish to create or the dream that you wish to achieve? Again, only positive, non-judgmental consideration of each of these thoughts as they flow through your mind. You can gently sway on the feet if you wish. We're going to take 2 more breaths here, connecting deeply with ourselves and our breath. Blink open the eyes if you wish. We're going to start this practice with a pranayama, so a breath practice called Vyana. It's a beautifully expansive breath practice and one of my personal favorites. All you do is, as you inhale, lift the heart, keeping the shoulders nice and low and pushing energy down through the feet, and you open the arms and expand out through the fingertips. Imagine your heart chakra bursting forwards and shooting energy all the way down each of your arms and taking your energetic heart chakra out into the world. And as you exhale, you draw energy back into the heart. So you simply inhale to open and exhale to draw it all back in. When you're ready, let's take an inhale, collectively exhale, and we're going to take 7 rounds of this breath. So inhale, open the arms, lift the chest as you expand. Exhale, draw everything back in. Inhale to open, and exhale to close it all back in. Inhale to open and expand. Exhale to draw it in to receive. You can imagine as you wish, inhaling and opening and shooting your love out into the world. And exhaling, gathering all the love and support that the universe has to offer back into your heart. Inhaling and remembering we have to be open to receive. And exhale to soften. Twice more, inhale. Let's pause briefly at the end of the inhalation and exhale, draw it back in. Final breath, longest inhalation you've taken so far. Open the heart, expand through the fingertips, shoot love out of the fingertips, suspend the breath gently, and then exhale, draw everything back in. Beautiful. Release the hands down by the sides, lift the shoulders, and take 2 shoulder circles in one direction, and then pause and take them the other way. Now inhaling and using the breath to initiate the movement, let's take the arms out wide, really expanding through the arms and the fingertips, and then bring the hands together over the head. When the hands arrive here, we're going to exhale, open the palms towards the front of the body, and then draw the shoulder blades and elbows back towards one another. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, almost as if you've got wings, taking the arms out and wide, squeezing the shoulder blades and elbows together as you lift the chest. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring it back down. This time as you inhale and reach high, bend at the elbows and take opposite elbows in hands. Widen the feet a little if you wish. And from here, we're going to take something that I know as rainbow rolls. So inhale, lift up high as you press down into the feet, drawing up through the sides of the body and the armpits. And as you exhale, sweep down to the right, taking the body all the way down and around. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, down to the right, leading with the elbows. And then as you inhale, lift the chest and lead with the chest. Pause at the top. Let's do 2 in the opposite direction. Exhaling down to the left, really pulling on those elbows with the opposite hands, lifting the heart and the chest as you come back up. One more time. Down we go. And then inhale, rise back up. Beautiful. Inhale and reach the fingertips high to the sky. And as you exhale, sweep the hands down behind you and interlace the fingers, drawing the hand package down the back as far as you can, past the bottom, lifting the heart and opening through the shoulders and the chest. Widen the feet a little if you wish. And from here, tuck at the tailbone, lift the core into the body, and then hinge at the hips as you lift the hands away from the back, coming into sort of an Ardha Uttanasana position with the hands extended behind you, pausing there, and then exhale, folding all the way down towards the legs. Beautiful. One round of breath here. On your next inhale, lift the gaze as you simultaneously pull down on the hands, press into the feet, leading with the chest, leading with the head, coming all the way up. Release the hands out to the side, take them up above the head, and then bring them down into Anjali Mudra, prayer position in front of the heart. Release the hands down by the side of the body, Samastiti He. Now we're going to take some sun salutations, but broken down versions of sun salutations. First of all, we're going to take 3 arm salutations and then we'll build on. As we take the arm salutations, I really want you to expand through the chest, tiny back bend in the lower back if you wish to. Open the heart to the heavens as we go. So when you're ready, inhale, sweep the hands down and around, take them back behind the body, bring them up above the head, join the hands together, and then exhale, float the hands down to the heart. Samastiti He, and again, inhale. taking the fingertips wide, reaching the hands over the head, bringing them together, take the gaze up to the fingertips, and then exhale, float the hands down to the heart. Release them by the side of the body, and final time. Inhale, sweep the arms up high, bring the fingertips together, but this time come all the way down to the earth as you come into Uttanasana, forward fold position. Bend your knees generously if you wish to, but let the head hang heavy towards the earth. And then inhale the hands to shins or thighs, come into Ardha Uttanasana, extending from the root to the crown. Exhale, release the hands to the mat. Take the right foot to the back of the mat, lower the right knee down to the earth, and set up in the feet and the legs firmly before you inhale, sweep the arms back behind you before you bring the hands over the head, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Now from the here, interlace those elbows and hands again, so opposite hands into opposite elbow, lifting out through the side body. Work the right hip forwards, the left hip back into its socket, and take 2 breaths here. Then inhale, re-extend the fingertips to the sky, and then as you exhale, let's take that shoulders and elbows back towards one another as if we're opening our wings. Inhale, bring the body forward slightly as you bring the arms forward. Exhale, take the elbows back towards one another and open the chest. Twice more. Inhale, exhale and open. Inhale, come forwards. Exhale and open. Beautiful. Now inhale, bring the arms back up, replant them either side of that left foot, tuck the back toes, bring the right foot up to meet the left. Inhale up to halfway position, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, release the hands down to the mat, step the left foot back, lower the left knee down to the earth, come into Anjaneyasana, low lunge on the opposite side. Set up firmly in the legs again. Right hip comes back into its socket, left hip goes forwards, and then inhale the arms round and high. This time switch the cross of the elbows and create that frame with the arms again. Press down firmly into both feet, the sole of the front foot and the top of the back foot. Lift out through the waist, relax any tension that's crept into the face. One more breath here. On your next inhale, take the fingertips high again, and then exhale, squeeze open the chest and take the elbows together. Inhale, come forwards, bring the arms and the body forward. Exhale, open and squeeze. Inhale, forwards. Exhale, open. One more time, inhale, forwards. Exhale, open, squeezing shoulder blades and elbows together. Inhale the arms high, exhale, bring them down, frame the front foot with a hand, tuck the back toes, and then this time, step the right foot to the back of the mat and come into downward facing dog. Now take a few breaths in downward facing dog, pedaling through the feet if you wish, being static if you wish, taking whichever version of dog appeals to you. As we're working into the heart chakra, we're going to take a version of dog now collectively. Everybody come up onto the tiptoes, nice and high on the tiptoes, and bend your knees as generously as you can. And from here, pressing down firmly in the hands, take the torso back towards the thighs and then extend the heels down towards the mat, noticing the additional length that you'll get in the upper body, and press firmly into the hands, each fingertip of the hands. Beautiful. One more breath here. On your next inhale, lift your gaze and shift forwards into plank. Setting up firmly in plank, descending the tailbone towards the heels, pressing down firmly into the hands, internally rotating the elbows towards the top of the mat if that feels comfortable. One more breath here. And then slowly lower all the way down to the earth. When you arrive in the earth, let's set up properly for cobra pose. Lift the right leg and stretch out through the right leg. Lift the left leg and stretch out again, creating space in the lumbar vertebrae. Hands in line with nipples or shoulders, wherever feels comfortable to you. But most importantly, work the shoulders down the back. Weld the elbows towards the side body or the rib cage. Gently work the pelvis towards the floor. Draw the navel in and draw the pelvic muscles up into the body. From here, inhale collectively. Exhale completely. On your next inhale, press into the tops of the feet and the hands as you inhale and lift up into Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. Exhale, let's all lower back down together. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. One more time, inhale, rise. Exhale, lower down. Now work the hands to the sides of the mat so they're off the mat at the sides and come up onto the fingertips, reconnecting with your posture in the lower body, making sure you haven't lost that pelvic floor and core connection. And then from here, inhale up into a modified or wide arm version of cobra, or some people call it seal. Keep the shoulders down and away from the ears. Beautiful. Exhale, lower back down to the earth. Bring the hands alongside the chest again. Tuck your toes. We're going to push back up into plank. You can come via your knees if you wish, or you can just push straight back up into plank pose. Refine plank position, pressing down firmly into all 10 fingertips and the heel of the hands, descending the bottom towards the heels. One more breath here. And then exhale, take it back into downward facing dog. Now, gently shift all of the weight into the left hand. Take your right hand and place it on the back of the low back and gently work the torso back towards the thighs. Just for one breath, this is quite an intense pose. Then inhale, lift the gaze, replant the right hand, energetically shift all the weight into the right hand and make sure you're supported there. And then sweep the left hand round, place it in the low back, and again, take your gaze back towards your thighs, work your torso towards the thighs. Beautiful. Inhale, replace the left hand and lift the gaze and step the right foot between the hands and lift up into high lunge crescent pose. Softening the shoulders away from the ears. Now bring the elbows down in line with the shoulders, and from here we're going to take Garudasana arms, eagle arms. So take your right arm underneath your left. You can single bind or double bind. Steady in the low body, and then if you wish you can lift the elbows a little higher. Soften any tension that's in the jaw. Press the palms of the hands against one another. And one more breath here. Then gently tip forwards, look towards the top of the mat, and then step the right foot up to meet the left and rise into the Tadasana. Release the arms, sweep them round and back behind the body, bring them into prayer, and then float them down to the heart. One round of breath here, closing down the eyes, pressing the backs of the thumbs against the sternum and lifting the heart to the thumbs. From here, let's inhale, sweep the arms back round behind us again. Exhale, come down into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway position, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hands to mat. Both feet go to the back of the mat and step back into downward facing dog. Shift forwards into plank pose. Again, pressing down into the hands, pushing the body away from the earth. Exhale and lower all the way down to the mat. And when you arrive, this time extend the right hand out to the side, bring the left hand onto its fingertips and roll over onto the right hip, taking the left foot behind you, and bring the right ear down to the earth. A nice opening through the front of the right shoulder and the chest. If it feels too much for you or too intense, you can roll back a little and come out of it. If you wish, you can roll over onto both feet, and you can also take the left arm behind the body. But be true in your relationship with yourself and only go as far as feels comfortable. There's nothing to prove, nothing to show, just an opportunity to gently open and let go. One more breath here. If the left arm is bound, bring it back round along the side of the face, then gently roll over onto the hips. Draw the right hand back in, place the forehead on the earth and pause briefly for a moment there. Extend the left arm out to the side, fingertip up onto the fingertips of the right hand, bring the left ear to the mat, roll over onto the left hip and take the right foot behind you. Again, if you want to take both feet over and bind the right arm, you can. Or if it feels too much, I've rucked up my mat. If it feels too much, you can simply roll back out of it until you feel comfortable in your own body. Respect that there may be differences between the two sides, and don't force yourself to go as far on one side just because you went that way on the other. Beautiful. Now bring the right hand alongside the face if it's wrapped, roll onto the front, bring both hands underneath the shoulders initially, and then slide the arms forwards so that the elbows are directly beneath the shoulders and come into Sphinx pose. Let's lift out of the low back again as we did before when we were in cobra. So lift the right leg, stretch it out and replace it. Lift the left leg, stretch it out and replace it. Then reset up in Sphinx pose. Make sure the elbows are directly beneath the shoulders. Spread your fingertips as wide as you can. Press down firmly into the entire hand and the pads of each of the fingers. Press into the tops of the soles of the feet. Draw the navel up. Extend through the chest. Imagine you're trying to drag your heart through your shoulders, or as if someone's got a golden chain lovingly wrapped around your heart, trying to pull it forwards, to pull it open, to expand your love out into the world. Relax the jaw, close down the eyes if you wish. Allow any tension that is built into the shoulders or the face to simply melt away. Now you can stay here if you wish, or if you would like to experiment by straightening the right arm and turning the gaze over the right shoulder, you can. Just for a breath or two, and then gently relower the elbow and return the gaze to the top of the mat. Straighten the left arm if you wish. Take the gaze over the left shoulder. And then return the gaze to the front and lower the elbow back down. As we're here, it would be rude not to do a quick forearm plank. We're going to come up incrementally. Draw your core up into your body. I don't know if you can see that movement, but draw the core up, tuck the toes, lift the pelvis, then lift the thighs, finally the knees, and push away through the heels. Descend the tailbone towards the heels, extend through the crown of the head, press down into the elbows, take the shoulders away from the ears, press into the hands, lift the entire front body to greet the back body. 2 more breaths here. Then lower the knees, release the toes, release the thighs, release the hip and the pelvis. Make a pillow for the head with the hands, and then give the hips a little bit of a wiggle. Now bring the hands back underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, push yourself back up into plank pose, come via the knees if you wish, and take yourself back into downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift the gaze, step the left foot between the hands and lift up into high lunge crescent pose. Again, same positioning with the hips. Work the right hip forwards, left hip back into its socket to try and make the hips as square as possible. Soften the shoulders away from the ears as you lift out through the fingertips. Press down firmly into that front big toe. One more round of breath here. Then bring the elbows back in line with the shoulders. Left arm goes underneath right this time, single bind or double for Garudasana, eagle arms. Lift the elbows a little higher if that feels comfortable for you, but don't let the shoulders creep up around the ears. One more breath here. Then tilt forwards, look towards the top of your mat and bring your right foot to the top of the mat as you rise up to stand, keeping the arms in eagle bind, and then split the arms and take them behind you and bring the hands into Anjali Mudra, prayer position, close down the eyes and take 2 rounds of breath. As you inhale, lift the thumbs beneath the sternum, lift the sternum to the thumbs and feel the thumbs connect with the sternum. And as you exhale, soften. Inhale again, lifting the heart to the thumbs. And exhale, release. Release the hands down by the sides of the body. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms behind us again, really opening the heart high, making the back bend a little higher this time if we wish. Bring the hands together and fold forwards all the way down into forward fold Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway position. Exhale, hands to mat, step both feet to the back of the mat, come into downward facing dog. This time, we're going to descend from downward dog into Anahata Asana or puppy pose. So lower the knees down to the earth, taking great care to check that the hips are directly stacked above the knees. And from here, we're going to reach out with one arm as far as you can and then reach out with the other. And then with the hips still extended and high and not coming forwards, I'm going to lower the chin down to the mat. If the chin doesn't feel comfortable, you can come onto the forehead. If either of those do not feel comfortable and your hips are tight, feel free, not hips, shoulders are tight, feel free to bring your arm to a 45-degree angle and to rest your forehead on your forearm. But if you can, come onto the forehead or the chin, stretch out through the upper back. Feel the body opening. Feel the heart expanding. Beautiful. One more breath here. Inhale, lift the gaze and walk the hands back towards the knees. Now come into a kneeling position. From here, we're going to come into a heart opener, Ustrasana, which is camel pose. Now, if you wish, you can modify this pose by having blocks, which I will bring alongside and show you. But first of all, let's all try camel pose prep. So come up onto the knees, tuck the tailbone under, allow the tailbone to descend towards the knees and the heels as we did in the plank positions. Tuck your tailbone under, draw your navel back towards the spine. Lift the shoulders up and roll them down the back, and then bring the hands behind you onto the hips as if you're placing the hands in pockets facing downwards. And as we've been doing all class, work elbows and shoulder blades towards one another. Tucking the tailbone, lifting the heart, opening the chest. Now you can stay there for the entire duration that we practice, or if you wish, you can tuck your toes and bring your heels towards you, or bring blocks alongside your heels, because we're going to come into a fuller expression of camel pose. You can use the blocks to come back to, or your heels to come back to you if you wish, but we're going to inhale the arms high and then rotate the arms round as we're lifting forwards through the hips, tailbone tucked, lifting the heart, pressing the entire front body forwards energetically, lifting and opening through the heart chakra. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, take the elbows back towards one another. If you want to let the head go backwards and get an opening through the throat chakra as well, you're welcome to, but if that doesn't feel comfortable, don't strain your neck. One more breath here, and then inhale, come forwards, bring the hands to the heart, sit back on the knees, close down the eyes, and feel the energy that you've created. Beautiful. Release the hands. Release the legs round to the front. We're going to come for a quick seated twist and then finish by lying down on our backs. So place the right foot on the outside of the left knee. Wrap the left arm around. Place the right hand on the earth behind you and simply twist through the spine. Low back all the way to neck, taking your gaze over your right shoulder. Return everything to center. Re-straighten the right leg, bend the left knee, take the left foot on the outside of the right knee, wrap your right arm around your left leg, lift through the torso, take the left arm behind you, rotating all the way from the low back out through the neck, gazing over that left shoulder. Rotate back round to the front, unwind the body, bend both knees this time, shuffle the bottom forwards and come to lie down completely on the earth. Place one hand on the heart, place the other hand on top of it. Feel the heart beating energetically beneath the hands. Connect with your right to love and be loved. Connect with the reality that you have to be open to receive. Now release both hands down by the side and extend the legs and come into shavasana. Now in shavasana, breathe deeply into the heart chakra, and with each inhale, feel the breath opening and expanding, and with each exhale, feel the energy from your heart releasing, traveling to all the far corners of your body and inviting you to soften. Inhale to expand. Exhale to soften. Inhale to expand. Exhale to soften. As you lie here, allowing your heart to open and grow and become full, remember you have to be open to receive. The heart often becomes closed through disappointment and hurt, but when we shut it off and build barriers around ourselves, we starve ourselves of the opportunity of the deepest relationship with ourselves and of deep connection with one another. Final breath here. If you have time to stay in shavasana for longer, just stay here lying, connecting and allowing the heart to soften. Otherwise, gently roll over onto one side. Push yourself up into a comfortable upright position. Bring the hands together at the heart. Inhale and lift your heart to your thumbs. Exhale, release out the mouth. Inhale again. Lifting the heart to the thumbs. Exhale, release out of the mouth. The open-heartedness and love in me honours and respects the open-heartedness and love in each of you. I strongly recommend that you now go and complete the Heart Chakra chapter of your Manifestation Miracles course and connect with all of the things you love about yourself, all of the things that you love about your personal dream, and work out who your tribe is that you need to gather to make your dreams a reality. Namaste.